Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to do something a little different, and we're going to talk about the weird sandwiches that our moms made us back in the 70s. And she made some weird sandwiches and a lot of stuff you wouldn't eat them today. Now, some of them were pretty good. Some I even eat today, and some of them were really pretty disgusting, and they rarely made an appearance at lunchtime because they were just so bad and we just didn't like them. So we'll start with kind of the less weird and more normal ones, and then we'll get into some of the stranger ones. Now, first up is tuna fish. Now, tuna fish is certainly nothing unusual. And it's funny because back then it just tasted better. I don't know what it is now, but I just can't stand the stuff. I don't even touch it. It just tastes disgusting. And maybe it's a different type of tuna. I have no idea. After that, next up was something disgusting, in my opinion, which is egg salad, which is just gross. I mean, the smell of it alone will just set you free. That stuff is just awful. And the only thing that could ever really help a bad sandwich were potato chips. At least you could have something to kind of help get it down. And look at those chips on the bottom, zesty cheese. Those sound pretty good. I would definitely try those. And then next up is the almighty bologna and cheese, and usually with yellow mustard. And that wasn't bad. I mean, I would probably eat that today. And our neighbors would have bologna and relish, which at the time I thought was odd. But if you think about it, bologna is really just kind of a great big hot dog, so it kind of goes well. And if you don't have bologna, you can use ham and relish. That works pretty well too. Now, this is something you don't really see today, at least in the way that it was back in the 70s, and that's chicken loaf, which is just kind of pieces and parts of chicken and probably mashed chicken, all kind of put together and made into a loaf. And at the time, I loved that stuff. It was just fantastic. But you don't really find that exact chicken loaf today. Okay, now we have liverwurst. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't had liverwurst in probably 40 something years. And at the time, it was actually pretty good, but sometimes you'd get a brand that just tasted, well, my brother and I described it as tasting like a wet dog smells. If you have a dog, you know what I'm talking about. And some brands were actually really good, but you'd get it, your mom would put it on bread with yellow mustard. It would sit in your locker till lunchtime, so when you took it out, it'd be all kind of warm. And actually, sometimes just really, really good. But again, you get that one brand, and it just tasted really, really gross. Now, this next one I haven't seen probably since the 70s. This is Lebanon bologna and Colby Jack Longhorn cheese. Now, Longhorn cheese always came in that weird moon-shaped, slice or whatever, the block. And Lebanon bologna is like a smoked, cured, fermented, dried salami. It's not even bologna. It's like made of beef. It was sour. It was really gross, and it came from Lebanon County, Pennsylvania. But as a kid, I'm like, Lebanon, what the hell is this? But it's just bad. I haven't seen it. It might be out there under a different name. You could probably definitely pick it up in Pennsylvania, but here in the East Coast, Massachusetts, I haven't seen it, and that's fine with me. So peanut butter was kind of the tried and true sandwich companion for a lot of kids, and it was paired with a lot of things that it probably shouldn't have been paired with. Now, obviously, peanut butter and jelly, everybody knows that, and it's really, really good. And it was always Welch's grape jelly. There's no strawberry, nothing like that. They probably had it in the store, but you would just get grape all the time. Then there was peanut butter and fluff, which was fantastic, and that's more like a dessert. Fluff originated, I guess, in Somerville, Massachusetts, and somebody bought the recipe, and then they moved the operation to Lynn, Massachusetts. But if you've never had peanut butter and fluff, you're missing out because it is unbelievable. And then growing up, I had a friend who was a really picky eater, and he's still a picky eater today. And his mom would give him fluff and jelly. Now, I always thought that was odd because it was just I don't know, it just seemed like those two needed to be paired with peanut butter, and how dare he have both of those together. I've never had it, but it sounds really good. I bet it's delicious, but he would always have that for lunch. Now, this next one, some people might think is weird, and some might be, yeah, I totally get that. And that's peanut butter and cheese, either really any cheese. I don't really like it with Swiss, but anything else would, or obviously something gross like blue cheese. But peanut butter and American or cheddar or, the Longhorn cheese, any of those, So good. And I always wondered where they came from. And I guess my mom picked that up from my grandmother, like on my dad's side, because I always thought it was strange, but she would give us that for breakfast. It would be like toast with peanut butter and a piece of American cheese on top. And it's just great. I eat it today. It's one of my favorite things of all time. Okay, now we're getting into the weirder territory, and that's peanut butter and mayonnaise. Now, back then, you would get Miracle Whip, and a lot of times the parents would just refer to it as, mayonnaise, but it was Miracle Whip, which is completely different from mayonnaise. And growing up just having Miracle Whip, it's very sweet. They call it a salad dressing, compared to mayonnaise, which is not sweet at all. So when I first tried real mayonnaise after having Miracle Whip for so many years, I was like, what in God's name is this shit? This is just really awful. So you would get peanut butter and Miracle Whip. It's hard. It's not the worst thing in the world. They're both kind of sweet. They kind of go together. It sounds really strange. If you're daring one day, get yourself a small jar of Miracle Whip and try it. I haven't had it in a super long time, but it's better than it sounds, but it's still not great. And then continuing with the strange pairings with peanut butter is peanut butter and bologna. Really not great. It was a strange thing to get at lunch. The chips couldn't even save this stuff. It was just so weird and not great. Again, if you're bored one day and you got a package of bologna and some peanut butter, you can make yourself a sandwich and see if you like it, but I don't think you will. Now, the final weird sandwich, which again is a peanut butter pairing, is peanut butter and gherkin pickle sandwich. This was really the worst. I hated it. And specifically because I hate gherkin pickles. Now, a gherkin is like a type of cucumber that's grown small to make pickles out of. But, when you would buy sweet gherkin pickles, they had a lot of clove in them. And, if you like clove, that's great. But you either kind of love it or you hate it. I can't stand clove. So I always thought this was really the worst. I don't know, they seemed like at some point they kind of changed out and took the word gherkin away. You could still find it, and then kind of bread and butter pickles became more popular. I've never seen peanut butter and bread and butter pickles. I don't think I'm going to try it. But this was the final one, and it was, in my opinion, it was the worst. That and the bologna, they're kind of neck and neck with being gross and disgusting. So that is it for today's video. I want to thank you guys for watching. It's not directly related to toys, but it's a video I wanted to do for a while because we had so many weird things to eat back in the 70s that seemed normal back then, but as you look back on it, it's pretty gross. Your mom would just stick her head out the door and yell, "John, time for lunch." And when you got home, maybe you'd get a good sandwich and maybe you'd get peanut butter and gherkin or peanut butter and bologna. But it is what it is. And you just ate your lunch and you went back outside and played and had fun. So thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate it very much. And I hope you guys have a great day today.